If you have a motorhome, whether that's a van or a small RV or a big bus, we all have the same problem. You need to be able to see out the windows and the windshield to drive down the road, but then those windows and windshields kind of get in the way when you get to a campsite. You want to be able to block them so you can have some privacy, and you want it to be as dark as possible so you can sleep in it. The folks at Winnebago provided us 3 different ways to solve that problem with our Ekko. Usually they only provide one method, so why are there 3? And when do you use each one? Before we talk about each solution, let's talk about what you really want a window shade to accomplish. First, you want it to block out as much light as possible so you can sleep a little better. Second, you want it to keep people from being able to see inside the RV as much as possible so that you have a little privacy. And third, you want it to provide a barrier between the heat and the cold that's outside and the inside of the RV. And while doing this, you want it to be something you can put up pretty quickly, take down pretty quickly, and then not take up too much space inside of the RV to store it. So the first solution that Winnebago provided is just a shade. You can pull it closed and it'll keep out a lot of the light that's coming in from this front area up here. But it doesn't provide any protection from heat and cold that's coming through the windshield. And if you happen to get up in the middle of the night and go walking out to the bathroom, well, you kind of need to hope that no one's right next to your window because it doesn't give you any privacy there either. The second option that Winnebago provides is this little curtain that Velcros in place. You can see here it kind of connects. It fits, I guess, okay, but you can see all the light that gets in. It just doesn't do a really good job of blocking the light. It's pretty easy to get it to come off if you bump it whenever you're sitting in the seat. It's kind of like being in a shower with the shower curtain touching you all the time. We wrestle as to whether we really want to take this thing because, to be honest, it's a pain to put up. It doesn't provide a lot of coverage, and it's just our least favorite way of providing privacy and a curtain for this Ekko. Taking this down is not that difficult. Since it won't stay on very easily, it's pretty easy to pull it apart and you just fold it up. And then we can store it up here. It doesn't take hardly any space at all. Now let's talk about the third curtain option that Winnebago provides, and it's one we use a lot. It's the one that snaps in place pretty easily. It snaps here, here, and here. And then one more place. It zips up, and now you have a really good barrier between the inside and the outside. It's insulated, so it provides a lot of heat deflection, and it keeps the cool in this area and doesn't let it go up front. When this is deployed, you really can't use the front area of the coach. So this becomes something we put up late at night right before we go to bed. Privacy, awesome. Amount of storage it takes, well, it does take up one of the cabinets. This is something that rides with us all the time though. Taking it down, piece of cake. Because it uses the snaps, you're not looking for Velcro pieces, you're just doing that. And I'll put it up here in this compartment. So now let me take a few minutes and show you option number 4, one that we purchased from Amazon from Van Essentials. These window shades allow us to use the front of the van, keeps the heat and the cold out, provides really good privacy. We store them right back here. Let me put those on and I'll show you how they work. These are going to come to you from Van Essentials in 2 separate bags that you store in your RV. One bag has the 2 side windows and the other one has the cover for the windshield. Now it's a little tricky to make sure you know which one goes where because this one fits on the passenger side. It will not fit on the driver's side. But you open up the door, and because it works with magnets, it just pops in place. And then when you close it, you have complete coverage. Putting the front window shade in is a pretty simple task if you haven't spun the seats around already. Put it into the window, and you want to put it around the mirror, have the most coverage. The visors actually come down now and hold that. What we normally do when we arrive at a campsite, if we're using this, Lynn will put the front one up before she spins the seats. I'll put the 2 side ones on before I start doing anything else, and we're finished with that task. So how does this option look from the outside? Well, it's a black cover, so it looks really, really nice. You can't see in at all. Side windows are exactly the same, and that black cover seems to do a really good job. And then from the inside, this is what it looks like. Of all the options that we travel with, there are really 2 that we use. The thermal curtain that we can snap in place. The other option that we use probably more than anything else are the Van Essential shades that we can just put on each one of the windows in the windshield. If you have a solution that you'd like to recommend that we at least try out, let us know down in the comments and let us know what you're using. Thanks for watching. I'm Owen. This is Van Trekking Lifestyle, and we're glad you're here. If you like keeping up with things like this as we try to make this Winnebago Ekko fit us more like a glove every day, then watch this video where I cut a hole in the RV so we could store things. Until we see you again, but we've had the shades up, we won't see you. Trek on, trekkers. Happy trails.